secondary school have become very ill, and some, unfortunately, have even lost their lives. So it is a wake-up call that we ought to take these matters seriously. But a factor would be the decongestion of our various institutions of learning at the pre-tertiary level. Thank you.
This one is a public interest issue. When you look at the report, like you indicated, the pressure on the facilities is not just because of the numbers. The report indicates that some communities, members, also use these facilities. So I will use this platform to appeal to those listening to us. These facilities are meant for our children, the future leaders of this nation. Why should we compete with them? Why should we compete with them? At least when you go to the communities where there are no KVIPs, they do their own innovation and do what they call the wheat team. Why can't we do the wheat team and then leave these ones for the students to use? We are appealing to those watching us to desist from that, so that at least our future leaders will have a clean environment, hygienic conditions, grow up, and tomorrow become Dr. Park, a deputy minister. When you are not there, they will come and replace you tomorrow. So we are appealing to everybody to take note of that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Member. The next person to ask questions, Honorable Desmond de Graaf Peitu, and it's on failed GES and MMDAs failed to repair broken down facilities. Paragraph 81.
Minister, thank you. These reports before me as two responsibilities for Ghana Education Service and then MMDAs. It's all about a broken down and then fail to maintain the necessary, facilities in our basic school and then the SHS. If you look at it, a lot of schools has been cited over here. In fact, the table here shown about 17 schools. Greater Accra and then the Greater Kumasi, where we have those schools, facilities has been broken down. You look at the pictures shown here, in fact, it's not quite present that we have such facilities in our schools and all of them has been broken down. So when it comes into use, and if all these facilities has been broken down, our children, how do they use? What actually at all happen in the schools? If they go there to use and these facilities has been broken down and it has not been maintained. Minister, I would like to know from you, Ghana Education Service, MMDAs, in terms of responsibilities of maintaining these facilities, can you throw a little light about it? Whose responsibility to carry this mandate for us to know?
I'll let my DDG take a bite, and then if necessary, I'll chip in.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. They have asked, they've looked into it, and then they mentioned GES, Ministry of Education, and then MMDAs, and that's rightly so. Just not the Constitution, but Act 1049, it says that public basic education shall be run by the Education Directorate and the District Municipal and Metropolitan Assemblies. Public senior high schools should be run by the Regional Education Directorates and then the Regional Coordinating Councils. So that's how they looked at it, and that explains itself about what they should do. Assemblies are supposed to also build rehabilitate, equip, and support teaching and learning. I will plead with the Honorable August Committee to, you are part of the assemblies. You can help us to see what is it that assemblies are helping to do. At the level of GES as an agency, we receive, the basic schools receive some capitation. We all know, we pray that as things improve, it will increase. But for now, they are allowed to do minor maintenance and to be able to purchase some detergents to help improve the situation. But once the issue escalates, either assembly takes it up or ministry or get fund or some other agency. Honorable Minister.
Honorable Member, you know full well that most of us around this table, eventually, we are the people called upon to fix these situations. We can all give one or two examples. But ideally, the MMDAs, the assemblies, should be able to assist with some of these rehabilitations and renovations. But be as it may, we are confronted with an unpleasant situation. So as a ministry, we'll continue to do our part. Perhaps what we should be doing as a ministry is to have a frank conversation with our counterparts at the Ministry of Local Government, and I see my colleague, Deputy Minister for Local Government, so that we can have some modalities and also clarify. So we don't have the situation of the blame game. Is it education? Is it local government? Is it MMDAs? Is it GAS? So there is clarity. That will make it easier for us to hold ourselves accountable. It will also be in our interest as members of parliament. If this burden finally has a home, then it doesn't have to eat into our meager resources that we have to use to support our people. So that is the answer I can proffer for now.
Minister, thank you. I think I share your last concern. We must actually know who takes up the burden so that this shouldn't become something like I supposed to do, you supposed to do, somebody supposed to do. And among us, we are running around that we don't know who to do, and the thing has been broken down for quite long ago. So it's important we look at that and then know what to do. But in your submission, you made something. You talk about a capitation grant. I cited in the report, I forgot the page, that some schools were complaining that they don't receive. What do you say about that? Is in the report before me, that they do not receive that capitation grant.
Yes, as at the time, the auditors were there. But the update we have is that from 2025 first quarter up to now, even an advance payment into the next quarter, that has been cleared. So we hope that if that is sent to the schools, they can handle these minor repairs and the purchase of detergents and some other academic activities. Thank you, Chair.
When is it going to send to the schools?
It's gone to the schools.
It's gone?
Yes, please.
As we speak?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. Madam Chair, I'm done.
Sorry, I'm a man. Honorable Minister, you see, some of the problem is this. Some of the kids from rural areas, they use the KVIP. They go to school and they see the WC. They don't know whether to sit on it or to stand on it. That much it is true. But I will tell you, don't think the local government assemblies will help you. Go to most of their washrooms. They've all been locked up because they don't pay the they don't pay the water bill. They will tell you that they don't have a borehole. So many of the assemblies. It happened to me in one of the assemblies that I would not mention. They ushered me into the MMDC's, the MCE's office. But what about all these people who work here? they say we don't have water. That's local government for you in some of our places. Minister is here. I'm sorry. Local government. Some of them are here. Yeah, they will hear it. Don't lock up your washrooms. Build a borehole and use that water to flush out there. They have all kinds of excuses. If we are not careful, it's like a child who has lost a mother, and you have about 4 aunties, and everybody will say that nobody will take care of the child. So don't depend on MMDCs.
Grateful, Madam Chair. We've taken the caution by the honorable ranking member into account. We will do our best.
Chair, Minister, even apart from what ranking is saying, it's not only the MMDAs or district assemblies. If you go to your educational directorates, they are corporates. Some of them, the washroom is a recipe for other spread of other diseases. When you go to even health facilities, health directorates is happening. So it's become, it's a lack of maintenance culture that is, I mean, we've the whole system. So we need to shift this. We need to actually work on them because it's cut across all ministries. It's not limited to only local government. When you go to offices, you want to use washroom, you can't. Even some of the WC, you see the top is not there, what they sit on it is not there. Even how to flush, some holes are there. And then how much does it take to buy WC? And people are sitting down. And they look at what we are seeing in terms of monies that are spent on other frivolous activities where they can actually do maintenance. And these things need to be rectified.
Honorable Chair, I think we are now discussing a national challenge because education has been indicted, local government has been indicted, and perhaps even Parliament could be indicted. Those of us who have been here for quite some time, you recognize that I've had cause to complain sometimes on the floor about insanitary conditions in some of our own washrooms. So maybe we have the need for a national reorientation with regards to sanitary facilities and their maintenance. Because I think we can cite countless examples. So as members of Parliament, I will urge all of us to take it up.
Minister for Local Government would like to say something.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. And I want to assure my colleague Deputy Minister for Education that the Ministry of Local Government will liaise with you so that the education directorates at the assembly levels and the MMCs will work together to ensure that we keep our we keep our sanitation issues, that is especially with the washrooms and all that, we keep it very well. We can do it. So let us engage them to ensure that they are on their toes. Education and the MMDCs, that's the education directors, because we cannot do it in isolation. So I believe after this, we need to meet with my minister as well, and then we'll see the way forward to ensure that our children will stay in school. They will not be found outside loitering to say that they want to go and use the washrooms outside. So I want to assure you that we'll work together. And we know that sanitation issues has come up a lot, and His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana is so much concerned. And so we, his appointees and other officers, should ensure that we help to keep our schools clean and to keep our nation clean. And I also want to add that with Parliament, it is way better. Most of the washrooms I visit in Parliament are clean. And so let's give it up for the cleaners here. They are doing a good job in Parliament. So let's emulate it in our ministries. Like Honorable Gakpe said, there are some ministries, you go there, you want to use the washroom, the ordinary washroom. It is not open. and they'll tell you that they have a place that is locked. Why do we keep our homes clean and then the public places, we do not keep them clean? Let's work together on this. Thank you very much.
I'm grateful, Honorable Chair.
The next one is poor supervision of school health by SHEP coordinators. Honorable Shirley Che, paragraph 92.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Honorable Chair. The section 11.3 of the WASH in Schools and Technical Guide requires that SHEP coordinators visit schools twice each term. The auditors noticed that SHEP coordinators did not effectively monitor schools to identify and report on the poor conditions of toilet facilities for GES to take action to address them. They, however, recommended that GES should ensure that funds are made available for SHEP coordinators to carry out effective monitoring of health-related issues and sanitation in schools and reports on them to GES. I would like to know if GES have been making funds available to these SHEP coordinators to carry out their responsibilities.
Grateful, Honorable Chair. I will invite our National Director of SHEP to speak in response to the question.
Thank you, Honorable. Please, the goods and services allocations have been made available to the schools, and directors have been directed to release resources for the SHEP coordinators to monitor the sanitation conditions in the schools. Thank you.
Were made available when? Could you give us specifics? How much has been released and for what duration?
Like my DDG indicated earlier on, from the beginning of the year, the funds have been released to the schools.
So have you followed up
districts
to see if they are effectively using these funds for
Yes,
its
please.
intended purpose?
Yes, please. Recently, the auditors have gone around. As a unit, we have also gone around to monitor WASH activities in the schools. So they are being used.
So you are happy with what is being done? Is there an improvement from 2020? This report dates back 2022. So are you happy with what is being done now? Is there an improvement from when this report was made?
Yes, please. From the visits we have made to the various schools and the district offices, there is an improvement. Just that, as we indicated, the numbers are now more. So there are some that are beyond the schools. And if we have funds for maintenance in the broken facilities, I think we will have a total improvement when it comes to WASH in the schools.
Okay. They also noted that instead of them reporting on health-related issues, prevention, control, and eradication of infections, they were rather reporting on release for mosquito nets and deworming students and all the others, which were not really what they are mandated to do. What measures have you taken to ensure that they are really reporting on what they are mandated to report on?
The disease prevention and control activities are part of the mandate of SHEP. We have 4 pillars or 4 thematic areas we work on, and disease prevention and control is one of them. So the malaria we see in the report is part of the disease prevention and control activities, and that is why they are monitoring that. And if you look at the report, it indicated that as a result of inadequate funding, so when we have funding for a particular activity, then we had to ride on the back of that funds to do other activities. That is why at the period of the audit, they saw the report on the malaria, because at that time, it was malaria monitoring that they were doing in the schools. But aside that, we monitor for all the areas under the SHEP, the 4 thematic areas of SHEP. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We just pray that GES continues to release the available funds or the funds that they need to carry out the activities, as this is very important for our students and their health. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, I would plead with the honorable member to make the same appeal to the finance minister when the ministry appears before the committee. I mean, we can only survive as much as what we get from the finance minister. So we agree, but also put in a word on our behalf that it should increase the size of our pie.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Minister. This goes to issue of inadequate financing, everyday inadequate financing. But the little that we give, how are they utilizing it? Look at the report that comes here. I mean, especially the educational sector. And the SHEP coordinator, National SHEP coordinator, first of all, I want to remind you that you are under oath. That is the first, you are under oath. What we are telling is that you monitor the release of fund and is geared towards what they're supposed to do. Are you telling this committee the truth?
Thank you, Honorable. I'm here with my auditor. That is the mandate of the audit, and we also do the monitoring of the WASH aspect. So with the finance, is the audit session of the GES that does the monitoring of the use of the funds. Thank you.
Can confirm that the funds have been released. Auditor, speak to the mic.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. So far as we know, in terms of our GOG releases to our schools, that has been done as far as we are concerned. Thank you.
So this committee, one of these days, will join you to go and actually visit the places and see, ascertain the truth that whether the money have been released and being utilized. Because the issue is that we want you to tell us the problem and then we find solution to you. So if your mother is dead and you say he's sleeping, the corpse will be smelling at you. So it's the ball is in your court.
Yes, Honorable Chair, thank you very much.
All right. Now, Minister of Education, let's go to another realm. We are talking about report of the Editor General on computerized financial and electronic system in selected covered entities as of December 31st, 2024.
Honorable Chair, may I seek the permission of the committee to stand this down?
Which one are we standing down?
The report on internet connectivity. The officer responsible for this is unavoidably absent. Ancillary to that is also the fact that this matter, aspects of it are under investigation.
Wow.
And so in his absence, it makes it difficult for us to proceed without stepping on landmines.
But the auditors will intend this way.
So can we go to the other Ghana Education Service, Get Fund Secretariat?
We do have TVET, Commission for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, and we were expecting a director from Get Fund to be with us. But we do have the CTVET acting Director General here. So if we could take CTVET, whilst we check to make sure that there is a representative from Get Fund, we'll be most grateful.
But the indication was Get Fund, the administrator has traveled.
Yes, we have been told so.
You have responses.
we do have responses.
Okay.
But Honorable Chair, Get Fund is a very nuanced agency. It's a nuanced fund. Some of the questions may be beyond our ability to explain. So if we are to stand the issue of free Wi-Fi down for now, I will plead that we stand the issue of Get Fund, whilst we look at an appropriate date to bring the two heads of agencies before the committee. I so submit.
Honorable Minister, the one that you said on the performance of the audit report of the Auditor General on the computerized and financial and electronic systems, you said parts of it is under investigation, right?
Yeah, the issue of the provision of free Wi-Fi, particularly to secondary schools,
Okay.
is a subject of investigation.
Okay. So when do we expect for this thing to be completed so that we question them?
Honorable Chair, I would confer with the Honorable Minister and communicate to the committee appropriately. Given that I'm a bona fide member of this August committee, you can hold me duly accountable if it delays.
This is an Auditor General's report. Oh.
Well, I'll be at the pleasure of the committee. Honorable Chair, just to clarify, the ongoing investigation with regards to the provision of Wi-Fi for our secondary schools, regional directorates, and district directorates of education is being undertaken by the Attorney General's Department. So I would confer with the Attorney General, and then we can apprise the committee of what we can do and what we cannot do.
Respectfully, an Auditor General's report cannot be taken because an aspect of it is under investigations. Auditors, is this not a public document? Respectfully, we would want a letter to that effect. Otherwise, we will not be able to take this explanation because this is an Auditor General's report. The Auditor General is mandated by the Constitution to have this done. And so if for any reason a report is under investigations, there must be proof of it to the committee. Otherwise, we are deemed, we have to look at this report and duly submit our findings to the floor of Parliament. So respectfully, today we will step it down, but we would want a letter from you. Otherwise, we'll have to pick this up immediately and have it done so that when Parliament comes, we can send the recommendations to the floor of Parliament for adoption, please.
Most grateful, Madam Chair. As a faithful member of your August committee, I will do as directed. Thank you.
Respectfully, Chairman, if I may. Minister, the document we are speaking to is a performance audit report. Whatever investigations will be into the contract documentations, the financials, and it. Be that once
there is an establishment and you have a challenge with how it was done and the rest, that is a different ball game from the Auditor General's report that we are having now. So if on the basis of an investigation, we cannot go ahead with that, I believe, therefore, that the minister ought to write to the Auditor General for a withdrawal of this report. So once this report is withdrawn, then we will not have custody of it to interrogate. But once it's still with Parliament and not withdrawn, I probably don't think that an investigation as to some aspect of it will bar us from having an overview as to the performance of what has been done on the ground. Respectfully.
Grateful, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I made a plea, and I gave two reasons. One is that the officer in charge of this portfolio is unavoidably absent. And the second one is what you just indicated. I'll reiterate my appeal that the committee steps this down. We would reappear before the committee on this matter.
All right.
Thank you.
It's not about you appearing. Respectfully, it's not about you appearing. It's about you giving us a letter to indicate that, respectfully, this report is under investigations, and so maybe the AG is asking the committee, because the Auditor General derives its mandate from the Constitution, and they have gone ahead to prepare a report, and we are being told that the matter pertaining to this audit performance is under investigation, so we cannot take it. But respectfully, we would want a legal authority backing this. Otherwise, it will seem as if we, the members of the committee, are failing to do what is expected of us, please.
Most grateful. I will do as directed. I'm grateful.
Yes. Okay, in that case, we'll call Gimpa, please.
No, Tibet is here.
Hey, is Tibet here?
Yes.
I see Tibet is here, right? Let's take Tibet since you guys are seated. And after that, we'll call Gimpa, please. Huh?
Honorable Chair, if, with your permission, could GES be discharged?
You are certainly discharged. Thank you. Is Gimpa around?
Honorable Chair, I thought you were going to take CTVET.
Yes, CTVET, I'm sorry.
Then Gimpa.
Could they, clerk, administer the oath, please? To
No, CTVET was here.
Did you take the oath? Yes, we did. Oh, you already did? Oh, okay. The Honorable Day, then go ahead and ask them the question. CTVET.
Honorable Chair, two additional persons from CTVET were not here when the oath was being taken. And given that this is a house of records,
So,
I
clerk,
believe they take the oath.
make sure that they also you administer the oath to them, please.
I
Abdul
swear by the Almighty God
swear by the Almighty God
that the evidence I shall give before this committee
that the evidence I shall give before this committee
touching the matter in issue shall be the truth, the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Have they introduced themselves?
Yes, yes, please introduce yourself.
Good afternoon. My name is Abdul Siddiq, Head of Finance for CTVET. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is Jonas Benadam, Head of Internal Audit. CTVET.
Okay, Honorable Abuna Osiasa will take you through your account.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Please, for your financial performance, I see a huge quantum of internally generated funds of 25.8 million Ghana cedis. How do you generate your IGF?
Director of Budget to respond.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. CTVET is mandated to conduct examinations, Certificate 2 examinations, as well as the HND examinations in Ghana. And so the huge IGF you see there is the free SHS, free TVET examination fees that the government pays to CTVET for the conduct of those examinations. Thank you.
Then, well, government pays that. So then if you put it there as internally generated funds, I know, but because in the books of government will not put their IGF. Government will put their transfers to CTVET, so that if in your account you describe it as internally generated funds, when we want to see the debit and the credit, how do you then identify it? Because this cannot be internally generated funds from your own coffers. Because I see you putting the funding from donors. And so if it's it is money coming from government, why don't you make the description funding from government to pay for this, but rather you put it as internally generated funds when it is not you you on your own generating those monies?
Honorable, you are right. This issue came up, and so we've been advised that government payment for free SHS should be classified as subvention from government free SHS, while we separate the little that we are also able to generate from the private candidates who write our examinations. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So moving forward, we'll see that distinction.
Mr. Chairman, yes.
Okay. And the whole of 2023, GET Fund did not give you any allocation.
I'm not sure you are right.
Why?
We did not receive. We did our best to receive, but we did not receive. Yes.
Okay, and then I also see allocation from funding from donors of about 2 million Ghana cedis. Which donors gave you this huge sum of money? Because I'm looking at 97,000 Ghana cedis for 2022 and a huge amount of 2 million for 2023. I just want to find out who did that for you in 2020.
Honorable Chair, we ran two programs, Ghana Jobs and Skills and then the Ghana TVET voucher project. And so the 2 million you see there is from the Ghana TVET voucher project for the activities of the Commission in implementing the TVET voucher project. Thank you.
What is the TVET voucher project?
And the TVET voucher project is a project by government of Ghana where institutions that train master craftsmen, and then they also pass on the training to artisans so that the whole spectrum of people in the TVET sector are given the necessary skills to deliver. And that, so we give them vouchers, and then they use those things to get the equipment for the training.
That's excellent. When did you start this? Way back. 2022.
Yes, 2022.
Wonderful.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, because education is not all about the classroom, but also learning to use our hands and building skills and passing on the skills to other people too. So, and I hope you are still working on that and making it even more available to a lot of people.
Yes, we are doing it. In fact, recently, the National Apprenticeship Program, which was ruled out, CTVET was also part of it, in getting all the artisans across the length and breadth of Ghana to be trained in that area as well. Together with the National Apprenticeship Program. Yes.
Well, I see an improvement, but I also see a huge jump in your goods and services. Sometimes you make it seem as if the more money you get, the more expenditure you make. You got monies from government for 25.8 million, and then I see you raising your goods and services from 13 million in 2022 to 21.5 million in 2023. What happened?
Honorable, as the number of candidates who are engaged in the technical institutes and vocational institute increase, the allocation the government will give us to run the examinations increase. Concurrently, the examination cost of all the increased candidates also goes up. So when you have 35,000 and it increased to 50,000, the allocation from government will go up, and the expenditure on all those 50,000 candidates will equally also go up. Thank you.
In the government setting, when government says goods and services, they are mainly for consumption items. So maybe the auditors, TVET, they have a peculiar mandate, such that we cannot lump their training and the services they offer as goods, and because we know goods and services are usually for consumption items for the ministries, departments, and agencies. So we should look at it and give it a befitting narration, so that it will be distinct from their regular goods and services moving forward.
Well noted, Honorable Chair.
But I think on the whole, you're doing well. You increase your profits or your surplus from 164 to 3.1 million in 2023. But I hope the trend will not change. Come end of 2024 accounts, 2025 accounts, we'll see not just the surplus, but we'll also see the impacts that you are making, because these are huge sums of money that are being invested. And so we want to see not just the surplus, but we also want to see the impacts, and a lot of entrepreneurs around doing their own thing and also contributing their bits to the nation. Honorable Chair, I think I'm done with this.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You had a question? Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Yeah, my question, it stems from the seemingly huge monies that you are reporting, funds that you are reporting, and internally generated funds. I think, fortunately, you've explained that going forward, it will not be the same, because it gives a very erroneous impression that you are able to, on your own effort, generate such funds. But the issue is, per your Enabling Act, and then with the advent of the Ghana TVET service, where if you look closely at the functions that each of these entities is supposed to be performing, a lot of the things that would happen or has happened under the voucher program that you are taking credit for, per the Enabling Act, that is supposed to default to an entity like the Ghana TVET service. I stand to be corrected. What steps are you taking so that you focus in the core area of regulating the area? Because here you are as an entity being in charge of regulation, you are in charge of conducting examinations, you are in charge of actually implementing programs and projects that go way down to apprenticeship. What steps are you taking, okay, to focus in this critical area of regulating the TVET landscape, so that next time you come to the Public Accounts Committee or other entities, we will be able to scrutinize and ensure that you are adding value to the TVET space?
Great, Honorable Chair. I'll let the Director General of CTVET respond to the question.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. The activities under the Ghana Voucher Project includes accreditation of training providers. It includes training of facilitators in order that they acquire competencies to deliver competency-based training skills, and that is a requirement for the accreditation. And it includes assessments leading to certification of trainees who undergo apprenticeship. And these are all activities that are under the functions of CTVET. If you say that most of the activities are under the Ghana TVET service, I find it difficult to see those activities. And so it may take some further discussions for us to clarify this. But sitting at this table, my understanding is that many of the activities that are carried out under the Ghana Voucher Project are activities that are actually in the functions of CTVET, and which are part of our regulatory and part of our regulatory activities, as well as the assessment activities or functions of the Commission.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think the Honorable Member, in his previous life, has been very involved in this sector. And so he's speaking to this with some experience. I would indulge him to provide any particular instances that have come to his attention where there seems to be either an overlap or replication of responsibilities between the two bodies, so that we can take a look at it as a ministry. Thank you.
Just to provide, Honorable Chair, just to provide a bit of clarity. And do I have your attention, Director General? Yes. I am not particularly pointing at the issue of you performing a function which is not in your Enabling Act. I am looking at where we can operate within the TVET space, such that our efforts will complement each other. I'm talking about the players within the industry would operate in such a way that you will complement each other. In that way, once the functions are disaggregated and we know who is doing what, then it can properly be assessed such that an entity like the Public Accounts Committee can assess you based on the strength that you are actually putting in to add value to the system. That is not to point at the areas of overlap and the rest of it, that because one entity performing a function of being a regulator and at the same time implementing programs that relate to training, that is where I have an issue. And this can be looked at in other fora. Thank you for the opportunity.
We are grateful, Madam Chair.
Honorable, are you done? Okay, now we have our Honorable Queen Star Pokua Sawyer.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Honorable Deputy Minister, you are welcome. Okay, so TVET, I don't know what you know about Shedru Technical School. The head was interdicted about 4 months ago, and then you have not replaced or asked anybody to act as at now. The deputy was asked to act, but then he's not being allowed from the regional bosses in Central Region. And Shedru Technical is under Aguna West, which is not my constituency. But then the building is in Aguna East. So my DCE has tried so many times to solve problems in that school. The interdicted boss is still working from home. They have to the accountant has to carry the checkbook to his house. If he's not there, the checkbook is left with him. So indirectly, he's been asked to stay at home. But then he's operating from the house. And it's just so difficult for the youth in that school. The school, for all of a sudden, is so deteriorated, it's unbelievable. Nobody takes in. I went to the school unannounced about 2 weeks ago. The DC has also been going there unannounced, and you go and there are no teachers there. I made somebody ask at a point in time, where is the pickup for the school? They don't know the driver who is using the pickup for some days. And the deputy regional boss went, I complained, so he went there, and apparently he called the children in the school and told them that TVET is not under the DCE, so the DCE and the MP has no right to come and give instructions in the school. Meanwhile, as we speak, they don't have water, and it's the DCE that has to get the drip machine to supply the children water. Sometimes they don't have electricity. Their credit is finished, and the children stay in the school without electricity. So I honestly do not know what they intend to do with Shedru Technical, TVET. If something can be done immediately today. Thank you very much, Deputy Minister.
Honorable Chair, this is a very disturbing and worrying situation. And I assure you that this has not come to the attention of Honorable Minister, nor has it come to my attention. And so let me say thank you to the Honorable Member for bringing this to our attention. I am very certain that between today and tomorrow, Minister would instruct the Director General of TVET Services to go to Shedru Technical Institute person as part of the immediate remedial measures to bring some semblance of normalcy to what you have just described. It's akin to chaos, and we cannot tolerate that in an institution of learning. So let me say thank you to the Honorable Member for bringing this to our attention. We will act on it with dispatch. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Minister.
But Honorable Minister, this person has been interdicted for about 4 months. And I'm worried that hasn't been brought to the attention of the ministry. 4 months.
Honorable Chair, as far as I know, this has not been brought to our attention.
Is the director
recognizing that the institute is under the Ghana TVET services. And so until the acting director general apprises the minister or myself on this matter, we wouldn't have a way of knowing. But as I said, I believe after this meeting, we would act on it. We will act on it.
The acting director general is he here?
No. This is a commission for TVET. And then we have the Ghana TVET services. They are not the same entity.
Yes. Honorable Minister, I think whoever is in charge of Ghana TVET needs to be asked quite a lot of questions. Because if you have interdicted somebody and there's nobody in place, and this person was interdicted for wrongdoing, and there's nobody in place, let me choose my words properly, that if that is so, and the interdicted person is writing checks from the house, I think higher authorities need to be involved, like Yoko and other people. Because an interdicted person should not and cannot write checks. Thank you very much.
Honorable Chair, I agree with you 100%.
Yes.
That ought not to be the case.
Yes.
Now that it has come to our attention,
Yes, sir.
We will act accordingly.
Thank you very much, sir. All right.
Minister, thank you. And from what the ranking is saying, he was interdicted for collecting unapproved monies, and he's still dealing with money. So then, what have we done? We are just empowering him for doing what is wrong. Thank you.
All right. TVET, you are discharged. CTVET, you are discharged. Can we have a Gimper, please? And Clerk, could you please administer the oath to Gimper, please? Could you please administer the oath, please?
I,
Samuel Kwekubonsu,
swear by the Almighty God
swear by the Almighty God
that the evidence I shall give before this committee
that the evidence I shall give before this committee
touching the matter in issue
touching the matter in issue
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Could you please introduce yourself to the committee?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. My name is Samuel Kwakubonsu, Rector, Gempa.
Good afternoon, Chairman. My name is Albert Ampoinsem, Director of Finance.
Good afternoon, Chair. My name is Ebenezer Adaku, Deputy Rector, GIMPA.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. My name is Victoria Kumbo. I'm the Registrar.
Good afternoon, Chair. My name is Nana Yebuaba Isiem, Director of Internal Audit.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Member. Honorable Chair.
Yes, sir.
With your kind permission, I think GIMPA is ready.
Is what, free?
Ready.
Oh, ready. Oh, okay. Let's look at your financials, please. GIMPA. Your 2022 and your 2023. 2022, you had a surplus of 2.4 million. Then you ended 2023 with 8.3 million deficit. What happened?
Thank you, Chairman. A lot happened. And it goes back to 2020. And for the first time in our history, we had to borrow. 65 years, for the first time, we had to borrow. Because GIMPA is not subvented, we have to generate our own funds. So when we were shut down for almost a year, we had no income. And we were directed by the government not to let anybody go. So we were encouraged by the government to borrow to sustain ourselves through the COVID period. And so we came back in 2021, 2022, after COVID, and we started our recovery. So if Honorable former Minister for Finance will remember, we tried a lot to get some relief for those funds, for the government to support us to pay off some of those costs. But we have not been successful at that yet. We are still hoping for that. So in 2022, part of the reason for the surplus was that we had to go back to the bank and then defer payments for the year. So if you notice that if you look at the numbers, the deficit is almost equivalent to how much we had to pay to the bank. The deficit was about 8.2, and the monies, the interest that we paid to the bank, along with the 1 million principal payment, was about 7.3. So that was the main reason why we had that outstanding, that significant deficit in 2023.
But most of your debt was due to salaries.
Yes, because as I indicated, in 2020, when we had no income, we still paid salaries. And we had to carry that forward because we didn't have to, we didn't make any money at all. So our expenses had to go into paying people who were really not working, because there was a global directive, if I can put it that way, a global directive to have people not go to work. So we were during the shutdown. And in the recovery state, that is part of what we had to endure.
But your income, okay, let's see, tuition fees and educational contracts. It was 66 million in 2022, but 71 million and 71.5 in 2023.
Yeah.
Look at your hospitality service income. It went from 5.4 million to 15.9. What accounted for that?
Some of these were deferred receipts. So we had provided services for which we didn't receive payments until then. In terms of the income, the tuition income, we were fortunate enough, excuse me, because we had to shut down our operations.
Yeah.
When we returned, we ran 3 semesters instead of the normal 2. And that was essentially making up for the 4 that we had already lost. And that is part of the reason why there was that increment. So there was an extra semester, but it wasn't a full semester as we would ordinarily have had it if it wasn't for the situation that we found ourselves in 2020.
Now, student charges went from 142 to 457. What was that?
Student charges, I don't know. Chairman, if you allow me, I will ask our Director of Finance to respond to that. What are student charges?
Chairman, please, could you clarify what you refer to as student charges?
This is your account that you gave to the auditors. We are talking about 2022. Other student charges was 142.
That's supposed to be fees like transcripts, attestation, certification.
And then that was the one, 2023, it was 457,000.
Yes, please, Chairman.
Your investment income, it went down from 155 to 81,000.
Yeah, haircut.
I'm sorry?
Yes, sir, Chairman, I said haircut.
Haircut?
Yes. So some of our funds that we invested were, the payments on them were deferred as per the DDP-EP that the government had in place at the time. So we couldn't receive much revenue from that.
So, Rector.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're telling us that when you invest 100 and, the difference of 74,000 was interest payments only. And what kind of investment do you make that we all go there and also invest our monies and make an interest of 74,000 Ghana cedis within one financial year?
Okay. Normally what we do, thank you ma'am, normally what we do is that we have, our receipts are seasonal. So we have 2 cycles in terms of receipts, and then we invest them in some short-term, medium-term, with the intent of taking them out in our lean season. Yeah, so that is essentially how we do it. Now we are very careful as to, we have investment policies and others that guide us. Because we have no other source of income, we are very conscious of where we put our money. Yeah. So those that we had looked at in terms of longer term or medium term, 3-4 years, some of them are still stuck in the system, and we are hoping to get them back at some point in the future.
I thought the short haircut was on interest earned.
Some of our funds are locked up with a company in this Black World or Black something. Gold Coast, Black Shield, and a few others still have our money. So, so some of our short-term, medium-term, long-term investments were spread within those time horizons, and we are still.
But that's not part of the haircut.
Okay, so maybe I use the term loosely, but we receive 50,000 out of.
Respectfully, you are under oath, so you can't use terms loosely and want to get away with it. Gold Coast is not part of that.
Okay.
The Gold Coast issue happened way ahead of the DDEP. I was only curious because you explained that the shortfall was interest payment only. So I just wanted to find out where we could also invest and make 74,000 in one financial year. That was all.
Okay, my apologies. I'll be more careful in my choice of words. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, I think that this is a problem that is generally known to the committee. Though Rector has rephrased what he meant properly, as a committee, we know that many public institutions have suffered similar fate, and that is different from the DDEP. So we are grateful. Thank you.
See, the same year that the school, you said the school was shut down. Oh, no, okay. Let me rephrase it. 2022, your administrative and general expenses was 14 million. 2023, it was 20 million. Why that big jump?
Thank you, Chairman. As I indicated earlier, we had this finance cost that we had to deal with. So we are looking at about 8 million per year in costs that we didn't have the year preceding it. So a few other costs went up. Utility costs went up significantly. And again, we pay our own costs. We pay for virtually everything at Gimpa.
I understand that. I understand that you pay for your own costs.
Yes.
But when the cost jumps so high like that, I need to find out what cost it. For example, repair and maintenance. It went from 1.8 million to almost 4 million.
Yes, sir. We have a situation where several of our buildings had not been maintained for over 20 years.
Well,
so
that was
this
before,
was
that was before the COVID, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was something that we had to do. We had to renovate 2 of our major buildings that year.
So how are you going to get out of this deficit?
We have. We have in some ways, Mr. Chair. The fundamental challenge that we had really was the loan and the cost of the loan that we still have on our necks.
Okay.
But apart from that, we are managing. Yeah.
Have you paid the loan?
No, sir, we are still paying.
Oh, but your bottom line is now a surplus instead of deficit, right?
Yes, this is 2023. We are now in a stable situation.
Okay.
We have had to minimize our investments in our capital assets. So we are not, again, we are back to where we are not renovating or doing some of the things that we would ordinarily have done.
Okay. Yeah. Your current ratio from 1.8 to 1 to 1.0 to 1 anyway. Let's go to management issues. Staff indebtedness of 2 million Ghana cedis.
I'll invite, Mr. Chair, I'll invite the Secretary of the Institute to take that, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The indebtedness has to do with sponsorship that the Institute offered to some of our faculty to pursue PhD programs to come back to support the Institute's operations. Now, even though they signed a bond, some refused to return. And so, together with Council, a decision was made to freeze the entitlement, basically their Provident Fund and Credit Scheme entitlements, and those of their guarantors, and also pursue them to refund the money because the bond required them to do so. We have been able to collect some of the money, and we are pursuing them. We have engaged their various institutions where they are to see if they can compel them to come back. But the feedback has been that this arrangement is a private arrangement with the individuals, So their current employers abroad are unable to send them to us. At the last council meeting, it was decided that we may have to engage IOCO to assist us so that if they were to come home, they could be stopped and for them to pay the money. So that was how that debt came about, and this is how we are recouping the money for the institute. Thank you, sir.
So, does it mean the 5 officers are behaving the same way?
How much is the current money? So they are not behaving the same way. I must say that out of the total number that went out, some returned. It's not as if everyone didn't come back. Some returned, but of course you always have the ones who default. And so we are falling on the terms of the bond to try and recoup the money. Thank you very much, sir.
You are talking about how many now?
Presently, we have 2 who have not paid anything and whom we are pursuing vigorously. We have 2 who have almost finished paying. But the total debt now,
Okay, so Chairman, from the report,
Director of Finance will give an update as at today.
it was 2,075,000 Ghana cedi at the time. But out of this figure, we have collected 276,717 Ghana cedi, 87 pesos, leaving a balance of 1.7 million, 1.798,506. That's outstanding from the figure reported.
You indicated that two had almost finished paying.
Yes, so the names that are in here, that's the first name from the report, the first name and the second name, they have made attempt to defray.
Mention those
names. So
names,
the first
please.
person is Ay3butubutu, and the second person is Christiana Osebonso. They have
The
made some
first,
payments.
I'm sorry. We are speaking to the nation over here. Take your time. Ay3butubutu, how much does she owe?
Her outstanding, Mr. Chairman, is 230,000 Ghana cedi. 230 Ghana cedi.
Outstanding is?
Yes, 2.
But here we have the outstanding of 500.
Yes, please. So she has made some payments. And the second person is Christiana Osebonso. She has also made payment. Her outstanding now is 38,000 Ghana cedi, 791, 38,791. That's her outstanding. But the other 3 have not made any payment, so their balance still stands the same.
Mention their names and their outstanding numbers. I mean, and Sherry Abba Apiatse, has she paid anything on the 777,000?
You said the rest 3 haven't made any payment, yet the sponsorship seems to be higher than the outstanding.
No.
Meanwhile, you said they had not made any payment.
No, I said 3.
Yes, 3, the last 3.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, if I may come in, please. So we have, the Director of Finance has reported on Ay3butubutu. Her sponsored amount was 864,984.99 pesos, Ghana cedis. As at the time this audit was done, the amount had come down to 557,060 cedis. She has since made further payments. It's down now to 260,000.
Because the reason I'm asking this is, she could be sitting in her house, eating lunch, and then she will hear about this. And instead of coming to pay the 200-something thousand, she will say, no, you said I owe 500,000. Mention their names so that the whole country knows.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Christiana Osebonsu. The total sponsorship was 515 99,059 pesos, Ghana cedis. As at the time of the report, she owed 45,441,37 pesos. As at today, she owes us 38,000 Ghana cedis. And Shelley Abba Apiati, sponsorship indebtedness, 1,021,720. Yes. At the time of the report, the outstanding amount was 777,027.64 Ghana cedis. She hasn't made any payment since then. We are pursuing her.
Yeah, that is where I am having a slight problem. Sponsorship was 1 million plus.
Yes, sir.
And as at the time of this report, it came down to 777 plus. Why? Is it minus salary?
Okay, so
salary that was an end?
No, sir.
So what is the situation?
Right. So when they finally indicated that they weren't returning to the institute, they had their provident fund and their credit scheme funds with us. So immediately the institute seized that and got them to sign to credit GIMPA with that. So that's how come the debt has reduced. And she made some payments until we lost contact because she had relocated from her known address and we're trying to pursue her. Okay. Then we have...
The next person.
Yes, Julius Kwashi Azazu. His indebtedness is 696,024.01. The amount as at the time of the report came down to 524,871.39. And this is because we discounted his Provident Fund and credit scheme as part of the obligations to the institute. We are pursuing him. He's one of the persons who has been difficult in terms of responding to our calls. And we are trying all legal means to get him either to come and serve the bond or to pay us our money. Dr. Hansen Ade, he has also made payments, and presently his indebtedness has reduced from the last time the report was given. So the money is 227,816.32. That's what he owes the institute. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You are making efforts. So this is a lesson to the university. What do you intend doing henceforth
for
to
us,
avoid this kind of situations?
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. For us as GIMPA, what we have decided to do is to encourage more local PhD sponsorship. And so you are here, you're going to school, but you still sign the bond. It's easy for you to manage that kind of situation. For those who have to go out because a program is not found locally, we are working out a system where the bond is not just based on your colleagues who work there, but then we may have to rope in external persons, and also you have to make some kind of deposit before you go. But where you get your own sponsorship, the institute is happy to grant you study leave without pay, and then you go and you pursue it. And when you are coming back, if there is need for you, we would welcome you without taking you through the regular recruitment process. Thank you very much, sir.
The issue of guarantor system. What have you done to their guarantors, especially those difficult ones?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As we speak, all guarantors' entitlements have been frozen until the full obligation to the institute has been discharged.
Auditors, can you confirm that?
Honorable Chair, we may have to liaise with them and get the new updates that they have, because there seem to be some discrepancies between what we have and what they have. So we would have to get the updates and rightly come to the committee with the actual figures. Thank you.
Does it mean some payments were made, you received some payments, and you did not update the auditors?
Mr. Chairman.
So, people who are helping you recover your money, after taking the money, you dog them. Why?
Chairman, we just handed in some letters that we have given to them by way of follow-ups we have done. And so we'll share with them the outstanding amount.
Mr. Chair, Madam Chairperson, I think that we will do better next time. As soon as updated information gets to the Institute, we'll make that available to the auditors.
You see, Honorable Minister, these university lecturers, the universities, they collide, let me use the proper mafia term, they connive. I mean, look, you get somebody from the university to sign somebody's bond. And then when the person doesn't pay, you send the person to Yoko. I think those people at the universities who sign for these people to go out and never come back, if you are made to pay the amount, next time you will make sure that you sign for a credible person. Some of them know that these people will never come back. They sign for them. They know they will never come back. These people, where are they? Dr. Ade, where is he?
UK.
UK.
Yes.
Okay, you can report it to go through our foreign affairs. Report them. When they come there for passport renewal, they won't get it. What about Julius Azazu? Where is he?
He's in the UK.
He's also in the UK, the same person. What about Apiati?
She's in Canada.
She's in Canada. It's very easy. You report them to immigration out there, they'll pick her up. What about Sebonso?
She's in Australia.
Australia.
Yes, sir.
And let him stay there down there. Boachua, where is she?
She's in the US.
It's very easy. You report them through foreign affairs to the Ghana embassy. She will never get her passport renewed until she comes to pay. And if she has overstayed her visa, we'll just call ICE. And they'll pick her up. You guys knew that these people wouldn't come back. The universities are costing us a lot of money when it comes to people who so-called are going to get sheepskin, and they never come back. Why? And you guys are conniving with them.
Respectfully, Mr. Chairman, we take note of your advice and we'll pursue them more aggressively than we have been doing. But we are as concerned as the entire nation about these people going out and not coming. Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Because you universities, you do it all the time. You do it all the time. I know somebody from University of Ghana who went to the US, who has gotten his PhD, and he's a bartender. And he doesn't want to come back to Ghana.
Honorable Chair, I think the sentiment of the ranking member is generic. I know all of us around the table, we share this sentiment. Having been a member of this committee since 2017, almost every year, this issue comes up. And I think we need to be a lot more stringent on punishing those who decide to take the public resources for a ride, because it's truly not right. It is not just dishonest, but it is criminal. It is dissipating public resources. The goal is for you to go gain knowledge and then bring that knowledge back to help the nation in its effort to develop. So when we collect our small tools from those carrying things in the market and the market women, for you to go and you don't come back, you can't expect the ranking member to take this lightly. And as I speak as an academic myself, it is simply not right. Many of us have gone and come. But those who don't come, they give us a bad name.
And we must stop that. So let's work together and get a solution to this problem. But I must say that the approach adopted by this institute is commendable among many that I have heard. Though there is still outstanding, but your model is appreciated. But please do more in ensuring that these enemies of the state are brought back, even if in chains. They need to come back.
Minister, those who guaranteed for these lecturers, has the university gone after them? And when you went after them, what happened?
Yeah, Honorable Rankin, she will respond.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have gone after them by freezing their Provident Fund and Credit Scheme entitlement.
They are lecturers, right?
They are lecturers.
And they guaranteed for one of them to go?
Yes, please.
Yes, okay.
So that has happened.
Yes.
That's the first thing we fall on.
Uh-huh.
Once you don't come back, that's the first thing we fall on. And then we fall on your personal entitlements. And then after that, we then pursue you through legal means.
Madam.
Yes, sir.
Somebody owing 500,000. If anybody went to a small mom and pop's shop to go and steal something, 200 Ghana cedis, you will call the police. And those guarantors who haven't paid, I will call the police on them. Because they are dishonest. They knew that person wouldn't come back. As a member of parliament, I also get a scholarship and go when I'm about to retire.
Honorable Chair, we appreciate the sentiments as expressed, and we are united in this effort. And let me take this opportunity to urge other institutions of higher learning to emulate what GIMPA is doing. Because this is the first time I am hearing that the institution itself is sanctioning colleague lecturers and other staff of the institution who guaranteed by withholding their entitlements. I think the other institutions of higher learning can take a cue from this. It is not a complete solution to the problem, but at least it is a notch higher than the usual narratives that we've been hearing. But let's fight on to ensure that the day comes where every Ghanaian citizen on government scholarship comes back to serve Mother Ghana.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. GIMPA, you are discharged.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Say upon.
Mr. Financial Director, please turn off your mic. So, members, on this note, we'd like to bring today's session to an end and thank all those who appeared, who attended upon us. Tomorrow, we are looking at the Ministry of Transport with its agencies. We're also looking at Ministry of Energy and the extra ministerial agency, NADMO, and Ministry of Agric tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Minister, we are very grateful for attending upon us.
We are grateful.
You. And we wish you well.
Thank you. I have some instructions to follow. I'll follow them.